So the program today, we are going to start this presentation with a brief context. So where are we coming from? Where these resources came from? An overview of the European Diamond Capacity Hub services and resources, what is already available, a quick platform demonstration, and in the end, a question and answer session. So the context, what are we talking about here? So it always started with a joint effort to better understand the institutional publishing landscape in the European research area and to provide publishers and service providers with the support necessary to better align their practices, to improve the quality, and to develop sustainability in diamond open access environment. So this effort was coordinated by the DMS project, which is an European funded project that lasted 36 months. It's ending now during summer, and it gathered 23 organizations from 12 European countries. And a few issues were initially identified, and these issues led to the development of a couple of the main DMS outputs. And these are the European Diamond Capacity Hub that gathers all the resources and all the outputs, and the Diamond OA standard. So these are two main outputs that address the issues that were an overlap best practices that existed already in this ecosystem that needed to be addressed and better aligned, and also the need for need to federate and to harmonize institutional publishing at the national and European level. So to do this overview of what is available now, what are the services and resources that already exist. We start, of course, with the Diamond Open Access Standards that from now on we are going to call DOAS. And what is DOAS? That's quality seen as public good. So DOAS is a framework that establishes common quality standard for Diamond Open Access Publishing, and it's based on 7 core components. And where does it come from? How was it developed? So it started with a desk analysis of 71 documents, and these documents covered different kinds of recommendations through indexation criteria, specific assessment guidelines, so a variety of documents already in use by the community, and documents from different countries and in different languages. And so this analysis originated these 7 components, and a first version was produced and submitted to the community for feedback. So focus groups were created to analyze and to give input and feedback to the document, and also a public consultation. So it's not something that comes from a small group of people, so it comes from the community and it goes back to the community. And then we have the first version, a document that is already published for a while and that probably you've seen. And these common standards, they come with some self-assessment tools. And here I focus mostly on the one that helps to evaluate compliance with the standard. So it's an online service that's based on the 7 components, and it scores per component. And in the end, the publisher or service provider can find recommendations for improving their compliance with the components. And the components are also organized according in 2 levels with requirements and standards that are desired. that will lead publishers and service providers to a better level of improvement with diamond away publication. Oops, took some time, sorry. The other resource available are the resources and guidelines. So this is a variety of tools and resources that support publishers who are considering moving toward diamond away publishing. And here we have a set of articles, guidelines, that are also based on the 7 components of DOAS. And the articles represent a high-level introductions to the different components. And they also come with FAQs and glossary. And the guidelines are resources that guide the publishers and service providers during the implementation of DOAS. So also these two sets of resources, they were submitted to the community. There was an editorial board evaluating the articles and the guidelines, and they are both already available online for the community to use. And they've already been translated to a few languages, to Spanish, Portuguese, Croatian, and the version in France will be available soon. Oops. And finally, what is important for us here today, what we came here to show you, is the training platform. That's another service that is there to empower the community of Diamond OA Publishing. And the EDCH training platform, so it's a learning management system, and it focuses on capacity building for Diamond Open Access. And it was designed as a service to host educational resources, and it's dedicated to strengthening Diamond Open Access competencies. So the platform itself is a service offered to the community with this objective of strengthening Diamond Open Access in the European research area. And it comes already with a complete training program that comes from DMS project. And this training program is a result of close collaboration between content experts and instructional designers. So it was a long process to produce all these training material. And the result is self-paced online courses for Diamond Open Access journal publishing. And they're based on the tool suite articles and guidelines. So we can see that they're also based on those components. So now we are going to the platform presentation. I'm going to stop sharing, and I'll leave the floor to my colleague, Marguerite.
Thank you, Carla. And hello, everyone. So for this part of the presentation, I'm going to walk you through the DIMAS training program by following the fictional journey of a group of learners. Now, this is just an example. It's not representative of all learners, especially because rather than designing the program for a specific, well-defined audience, we've centered our approach on learning outcomes and skills related to Diamond Open Access journals that a broad range of people might be interested in acquiring, which actually reflects the diversity of the scientific publishing ecosystem across Europe. Now, our group of people just learned about the DOAS, and they are interested in this project because they're running a journal in open access, and they're looking for guidance on several aspects of it. And one of the first services that could be a good start for them is the DOAS self-assessment tool that Carla presented before. The idea is that once they answer the questions to compare their current journal practices with the DOAS, they receive a report with the results in their email. And for example, in this report, you can see that the topic visibility stands out right here and there as a topic that they might want to explore further. Now, users can explore several other services. There's the tool suite and their guidelines, the online forum, and the training platform. These services actually complement each other because each one offers different ways to engage and learn. So you can simply read articles, you can enroll in courses to acquire skills, or you can go to the forum to ask questions and discuss with other people on specific topics. Now, let's suppose our users decide to explore the training platform. So you have all the links of the services in this page, and the training platform is right here. The first, they should first go to the platform's homepage, which invites them to start the DIMAS training program right here. Then it shows a short tutorial explaining how to use the platform. So you can explore the course catalog to find the course. And then you have to create an account in order to enroll. Now, there are several ways to explore the courses of the platform, the main ones being the 5 categories below. So each course is categorized into one of these topics. And you have the full course catalog that you can access with this button or this one over there. It will lead you to this page, which shows all the courses of the platform with a filter bar on the left, which will be very useful for finding your way around when more courses will be added to the platform. But right now, the page only displays the 14 courses that make up the DIMAS training program. I actually invite you to take a look at the general introduction before you start, because this is where you will find the overall scope and purpose of the DIMAS training program, navigation guidance, as well as acknowledgements and license details and so on. Now, as you can see, the last course of the list is called Visibility, Communication, Marketing, and Impact, which is the topic that our fictional users are interested in based on their reports. So if you click Show More, this will lead you here. This new page provides many details to understand what the course is all about. So you have a short abstract, you have key takeaways, estimated course duration. And by the way, this course is the longest of the training program, but most of the courses last around 30 and 45 minutes, with others even shorter. You also have keywords that you can also use to navigate the course catalog by clicking them, which will lead you to a page with courses that share the same keywords. And on the right side of the page, you have the main information of the entire training program, including the level, resource formats, mode, languages, and so on. Now, let's say that you want to enroll in the course. If you're not already logged in, you will be directed to the login page where you can also register by clicking this button. The account creation process is very simple and quick. You just need to enter your name, email, choose a password. Then you will receive an email with a link to confirm the creation of your account. And then once you're logged in, you can return to this course detail page and click Enroll again. Now here is the main course page, and it always follows the structure. You have a subtitle. For this one, this is Promoting a Journal and Measuring its Reach. Then you have a short introduction and the course duration. In the introduction, you have a list of the main things that learners can expect to learn throughout the course. Below, there is a glossary with terms that might be helpful to know before starting the course. And then you have 5 activities for this course. I actually chose this one because I wanted to show you some of the different formats of activities that you may find in the training program. So first here you have an interactive course that you can open in full screen and navigate in different ways. And there will be activities along the way. Then you have infographics that you can see like this, or you can also download them to see them in full screen or to use them as memos or to share them with anyone who might be interested in by this infographic. And the last format of this course is a self-reflection guide. This is a document with questions. You can write your answers, and then at the end of the document, you can download it to use it as a tracking document and or anything that you have in mind. There are other types of activities that you may discover in other courses of the program. Now, as you go along, it's important to remember to click. Oh, it was in French now. To click on Mark as done. It's supposed to be written in English here. Which is actually very important for us, but also for learners. And it's actually related to the fact that you need to create an account on the platform to have access to a course. So just let me switch in English because I would like to show you the dashboard of the page. So in this page, you can track, you can see courses and activities that you've completed, which makes it easier to pick up where you left off and clearly monitor your pathway. Now, after these activities, there is a short feedback questionnaire with questions for you to self-reflect on what you've learned and give us feedback on your experience so we can improve the course as we go along. And once our fictional users finish the course, they can continue to learn in several ways. They can look at the DIMAS-related resources, such as the toolsuit articles and guidelines. They can start another course from the list of related courses, or they can visit the forum right here to search for discussions on the topic they've studied, or perhaps ask a new question if something has come up. Now, I'd just like to conclude by highlighting the 3 key design features of the training program. First, we wanted the program that enables different types of learners to learn at their own pace. So our modular design allows for flexible navigation, and the dashboard of the platform helps them track their progress. So learners can create their own learning pathway and connect this service with other DIMAS services and resources. We also wanted learners to feel like they're not just being given information, but that they're developing skills and finding elements that are directly applicable. This is why some courses incorporate scenarios, problem-solving questions, self-reflection guides, and learners will also find visual guides that get straight to the point. And finally, we wanted to provide resources that can be used beyond the course after completing it. Some courses provide downloadable tools such as infographics for memos, checklists for decision-making, self-reflection guides for ongoing projects. So this become part of some kind of professional toolkit, not just course materials you may forget. So that's it for me. That was the complete learner journey through our training program. I hope this was clear and motivates you to get started and share it with anyone who might be interested. And I will now leave the floor to Laurent, who will introduce you to the training platform through the pathway of other potential users and for different uses. And thank you.
So I will follow up with a short presentation regarding other users and other use cases for the use of the EDCH training platform. Because although the EDCH platform was initially designed with learners as a primary target, it was also built to reach beyond that And so we tried to design it with the clear intention that it serves a wider community of people who train others, advocate or communicate around Diamond Open Access. So examples of that have already been mentioned. Partly, the training materials are, for example, are downloadable and available through exportable formats such as PDF and H5P, which is a format for interactive training resource, and also available from within the course, the context of the course, but also retrievable from a Zenodo deposit. They are made reusable under Creative Commons license, and they're also iterable, meaning that we can integrate them or open them or read them in open source softwares and systems. So I will just present briefly 3 use cases and examples of contexts or situation where the platform can be used by different audience types other than learners. So the first use case would be trainers and facilitators. So, for example, trainers or facilitators can reuse the H5P activities or PDF infographics in various training settings, work meetings, face-to-face trainings, webinars. For example, we can imagine a H5P or infographic resource being used in screen sharing context to engage with the audience. So this was done to pave the way for capacity building across various contexts, including informal teaching and learning. The second use case is for communication and advocacy professionals. So the teams can draw from a pool of pedagogical resources, many cases or many situations, for example, to illustrate Diamond Open Access concepts or policies in campaigns, presentation, stakeholder meetings. And third use, which is maybe less typical, is the use for instructional designers from within institution in scholarly contexts. Instructional designers could repurpose the training materials and integrate them into their own learning environment or curriculum. And one point that was already brought up by Carla and underlined by Marguerite is that one important intention behind the design of the EDCH training platform is to consider it as a service that is community-driven and learner-centered. So it's important to underline that because we didn't want the EDCH training platform to be a hosting platform for, or not just that, for learning resources, but also a place where people can learn, share, adapt, and contribute to a collective effort around Diamond Open Access capacity building. So an example of that, if I have to cite or give an example of future evolution, is working with the community on translating or adapting the training materials to make them relevant or more relevant to local contexts and audiences, and thereby allow local ownership while ensuring quality and consistency. Maybe a word on why Moodle, why an LMS platform, and maybe Marguerite, you can move on to the next slide. So first, it's important to say that Moodle is the translation of over 40 years of work in the field of educational science, and learning management system environment allows continuity of the learning experience within a durable and extensible system. That's why it's already, or today, the staple of learning, one of the staples of learning. And in the context of the work that we have done, there are 5 important features, among others, as to why we use LMS such as Moodle. First, it's the adaptability. While the current course formats available on the platform are self-led and asynchronous, Moodle allows much more in terms of course or training design. For example, we can develop blended courses. We can offer instructor-led webinars, short MOOCs, depending on demand and relevance for adaptation. So this adaptability is essential for serving different audiences at different moments. The second important feature is interoperability. Foreseeable evolution could be, for example, to integrate a federated authentication system on the EDCH training platform. And Moodle supports many protocols for single sign-on, for example, besides allowing other types of use. For example, an example of another standard that's important and very interoperable in educational settings is the Learning Tools Interoperability Standard that could allow the platform to communicate with content repositories. Third feature is modularity. Being open source, Moodle offers the possibility to integrate open source video conferencing systems such as Big Blue Button to be less reliant on proprietary services. That's also a very important thing, which we forget to mention. It brings structure to the learning experience, but also to instructional design. It relies on a clear taxonomy and a clear indexing system that is aligned with the work that is involved in instructional design. And last but not least, the support for multiple languages. Moodle comes with many opportunities to integrate languages, whether on the user interface for users who navigate the system, but also regarding the integration of training materials in multiple languages. So it allows for this integration to be easier and more flexible.